MiG-19, also known by its NATO reporting name, Farmer, was a pioneering supersonic jet fighter developed by the Soviet Union during the early Cold War period. Although it first took to the skies in the early 1950s, its design, performance, and legacy continued to be studied and appreciated even in 2026 by aviation enthusiasts, historians, and military analysts. The 2026 interest in the MiG-19 is not because it's an active frontline combat aircraft but rather due to its historical importance, engineering innovations of its time, and presence in airshows, museums, and private collections. In this video, we will dive deep into the specifications, performance features, operational history, and current status of the MiG-19 as of 2026. The MiG-19 was the first Soviet aircraft capable of sustained supersonic flight in level conditions. This made it a significant milestone in Soviet aviation history. It was developed as an advancement over the earlier MiG-15 and MiG-17 fighters, which had proven effective in the Korean War but were limited in top speed and technological capabilities. The MiG-19 introduced twin-engine propulsion, afterburners, and swept-wing design enhancements that allowed it to surpass Mach 1 in level flight. It became operational in the mid-1950s and was widely exported to various allied nations, including China, North Korea, Vietnam, and several others across Africa and the Middle East. The aircraft is powered by two Tumansky RD-9B turbojet engines, each delivering approximately 7,165 pounds of thrust with afterburner. This twin-engine configuration was both a strength and a challenge for the MiG-19. On one hand, it provided redundancy and extra thrust, enabling excellent climb rates and strong acceleration. On the other hand, early versions of the engines were prone to reliability issues, particularly during extended high-speed operations. Nonetheless, in experienced hands, the MiG-19 could hold its own in dogfights and was known for its superior vertical performance in comparison to early Western jets. With a maximum speed of around 910 miles per hour or Mach 1.2 at altitude, the MiG-19 could intercept enemy bombers and fighters with effectiveness. Its operational ceiling was approximately 59,000 feet, and its range was limited to about 1,390 miles with drop tanks, depending on mission profile and configuration. These specs made the MiG-19 suitable for short-range air defense roles, often operating under ground control interception systems. The aircraft's design featured sharply swept wings at 55 degrees, mid-mounted on the fuselage with a conventional tailplane. The airframe was compact and rugged, able to operate from less than ideal airstrips. This was essential for Soviet doctrine, which expected combat to take place over vast and rugged terrain. One unique element was its tricycle landing gear, which gave it better ground handling compared to its predecessors. In terms of armament, the MiG-19 was equipped with three 30mm NR-30 autocannons, which provided tremendous firepower in close combat. These guns were mounted in the nose and wing roots, offering high accuracy and destructive capability against both aircraft and ground targets. Some variants were fitted with pylons for air-to-air missiles or unguided rockets, making them versatile in multi-role operations. However, the early models were primarily optimized for dogfighting and point defense interception rather than strike missions. As a fighter, the MiG-19 had excellent agility, particularly in vertical climbs and instantaneous turns. Its roll rate was respectable, although it lagged behind some later designs. Pilots had to be skilled, as the aircraft had several quirks, including stability issues at high speeds and a tendency toward pitch oscillations. These were eventually corrected in later variants like the MiG-19 PM and MiG-19S, which introduced improved flight control systems and updated radar. Speaking of radar, early MiG-19s were equipped with basic ranging radars, and later variants like the MiG-19P and PM featured more advanced radar systems for night and all-weather interception. These additions significantly increased the aircraft's versatility but also added to the complexity of operation and maintenance. Compared to Western counterparts like the F-100 Super Sabre or the English Electric Lightning, the MiG-19 was simpler but more robust, designed for quick production and deployment. The MiG-19 played important roles in several Cold War-era conflicts. It was used extensively by the Chinese in the form of the Shenyang J-6, a license-built and upgraded variant that saw action in Vietnam, the Middle East, and Africa. In Vietnam, the aircraft was employed effectively by North Vietnamese forces against American jets. Although it was eventually surpassed by the more advanced MiG-21.